Welcome into the recap of the White Sox and their victory against the Houston Astros. I'm Jonathan Hood, in for David Kaplan. This is a recap of the White Sox as they win Game 2 in their series against the Houston Astros by the score of 3-1. Well, after losing on Friday night, the Sox really bounced back, I thought, in a really good way on Saturday, in which it started for me was the starting pitching. So Dylan Cease was in there, and I thought he pitched really well for the White Sox in this game as he concentrated. It was more of the Cease that we saw last year from him. Baby steps. Now, it was a no decision, but I still liked the way he pitched against a good Houston team. Then you had Joe Kelly, and then you had Graveman coming in, and of course, you know, the whole thing with Lopez, he has not been sharp this season in a lot of roles given, whether he's a closer, whether he's a setup guy, he has not necessarily been sharp. But the offense did pick up for Lopez and the rest of the White Sox, and here's why. Even though it was a low-scoring game, I thought Tim Anderson had some good at-bats. I thought Benintendi had some good at-bats. I thought that Vaughn had some good at-bats. And, of course, Luis Robert. Luis Robert is on his way to be an all-star. There's no doubt about that. When this team doesn't have a pulse overall, at least Luis Robert is coming through, and he's being able to help this team offensively. So I like what I saw there. And then, of course, at the end, he makes a really great sliding play defensively for the White Sox to ice the victory. So it's up and down with this team, as you well know. It's good to be able to win in front of a national television audience. And I recall the announcers. They sound familiar. Jason Benetti and A.J. Pierzynski. You know those two? Pierzynski? Benetti? But in front of a national television audience, it felt comfortable to be able to listen to those two and call the game and watch the White Sox with a victory against Houston. Now, can they do it on Sunday? Hopefully the weather will hold up and the Sox can be able to get some momentum. That's the whole thing with them. They have to find a way to get some momentum. Again, I can go back to the Kansas City series. There was no excuse for the Sox to look that poorly. Now you're at home against Houston. What are you going to do about it? Well, this was a good game, a good step in the right direction. Now what happens in the next game? We'll find out. Unpredictable roller coaster with this White Sox team, but they need momentum badly. That's our recap of the White Sox and their victory against the Houston Astros. I'm Jonathan in for Cap, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on YouTube. Sox win. Light them up, as Ed Farmer used to say. Take that.